making the money from that.
Oh yeah, what was the award amount?
Contract.
What was the award amount? What was your profit?
The award amount was $21,600.
Okay.
So I just doubled it. So
you doubled the price.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is too, like, so on the STB, OSB stuff.
Mr. James, what's going on, my man? How you doing?
Hey, Dr. Fisher, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. You know, my wife likes to watch your lives and stuff. See you walking on the treadmill, getting your fitness on, and doing all that. So, you know, we're chatting it, you know, and we enjoy watching you from time to time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course. No, we respect the hustle. You know, so we're grateful for what you taught because we wouldn't have known about this, you know, otherwise. So anyway, I mean, I guess I'll just
tell us about yourself. Who is James, and what do you do? How'd you get started in this?
Sure. So I used to be a Navy helicopter pilot. I got off active duty. I went to business school. I worked as an investment banker for a couple years, and after I left investment banking at the end of 2022, I started a search to acquire a business. So I'm trying to buy like a kind of small business to run it myself. So just like you know people buy like a duplex. And you know, you get a mortgage and you live in one part of it, and then you know, you pay down the debt and all that stuff. So you can do things like that when you buy a business, right? You get a loan and you know, you buy a business and you do well. But it's really hard calling up people and saying like, hey, I'd love to buy your business. You know, I'm a veteran, I know how to lead people and all that stuff, because they want a certain price and all that. So we've been searching for about a year and a half or something like that. And we're like, well, you know what? You know, we got to find something else to do. So we were looking into other things, and I didn't want to go back to the corporate world at all. Mm-hmm. So we're like, well, we could do, you know, like certain kind of real estate things, but you gotta, you know, business school, they say it's capital intensive, right? You have to have the money to make the money. Yep. And then, you know, Hannah, one of the companies that I was gonna buy was like a government contracting firm. And so we looked into it and we're like, wait a second, like, and it was an 8A, all that. Well, I don't really, once I learned more about it, I was like, I don't really need to buy this if I can just start it yourself. Myself. Yeah. But the thing is, there's a lot of conflicting information on YouTube. So like my wife's seen some video that said like, you know, the middleman stuff is illegal. You can't do that stuff. You can't subcontract all the work. And it's like, so, you know, we're a little bit reluctant. And then we found out like about your method, and it like popped up on YouTube Shorts or something like that. And Hannah showed it to me. She's like, you should look into this. Like we should try this. So we did. So I signed up for your course, and I delayed because you know, I was signed up for your course I think in like December, and I put in for the SAM registration and all that. But and it wasn't my first time starting a business, but it just took a long time to get it. So I delayed, and you were flexible, and so I moved from like the January cohort to the February cohort or something. And even that week I got my service disabled veteran-owned small business certification. So I was very, you know, grateful for that. So I started, you know, submitting bids right away. I had no clue what I was doing, but I was glad to see like that that it doesn't have to be perfect to submit a proposal. So I came from, you know, the Navy, it's like very high standards, and then, you know, you work in investment banking, it's very high standards. And it's not to say that like the government has low standards, like they have their standards, but the aesthetic standards, like how does your proposal look? It's not really important. It's not how it's evaluated. So it was cool to jump into that. And it was cool to jump into services, because services, you don't have to make money, or you don't have to have money to make money. You know, so it was beautiful to step into that. So I think it was like I was like the second week following the middleman, the 5-day challenge or something in February. I submitted I think this is also my fourth proposal. So and I won a contract for 1-day crane services in Ohio.
Oh,
so
whereabouts in Ohio?
In Columbus. Okay. So because I'd gotten the service disabled veteran certification, and there's no crane companies that are local that have the service disabled, you know, veteran certification. So I would just, you know, I got a quote for like, I got a couple quotes, and I actually went with my higher quote, because the higher quote, I was dealing directly with the owner, and the person was far more responsive. So I was like, hey, I need past performance. I need your references. And I got them. And the other person, I just like didn't get them. And that's been like a very helpful thing because people want to know. They're like, oh, you're government contracting, so you just take the lowest price, and I'm like, well, hey, I just take whatever I can get to fulfill like a proper, so I can respond properly to the government.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Because I'm like, I mean, there was like a landscaping thing I bid on, and I'm still waiting on. And I contacted like dozens of companies, and I only got a full package from one subcontractor. So that's the subcontractor I went with. It's just the way it goes. I think I won the contract on like March. I don't know. It was like it was like end of February I submitted, and the contract signed early March or something. And the contract date was March 28th. And the guy had been a subcontractor multiple times in the area, so he knew the drill, and it was just like really easy. And I even got pictures. So if you trust me to share a screen, Dr. Fisher, then
here, let me make you a co-host. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so like my dad was like, oh, are you gonna get pictures? I was like, yeah, I'll get pictures. So I got I requested this stuff. I was like, hey, you need to take pictures because it's cool. It's a crane thing. So you guys seeing the right here.
Yeah, I see it.
So it's a prefabricated building, and this is a 27,000 pound building. So that eliminated a lot of subcontractors as well, because you have to have a pretty heavy equipment to be able to move something. They're like, oh no, I don't have anything that big. So let me think.
I see that.
Yeah. So here's on the flatbed truck.
Your team came in, brought that crane, and okay, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah. So the subcontractor delivered it. Like the statement of work showed like there was a concrete pad and there was a parking lot that it was coming into, and so I just used that Adobe Pro just like you recommended, and I just like extracted out the stuff that I needed to send to the subcontractor. It was like, here's what I need. Here's what I need. So you don't have to send them stuff about Chinese laptops, but it's like there you go. So got this prefabricated building, and they got it up there. They rigged it, it's just lifted it.
How'd that feel to know that?
It was pretty cool.
You did that. That's your contract. You did.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
how'd that feel?
It was great. Let me think. Am I still sharing screen?
You are.
Okay, I want to stop sharing screen. It was like always the.
I got you. I got you. Okay, go ahead. I got you. I stopped it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't share anything.
No, yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Great. So it was really cool, and I'd say like making the money from that.
What was the award amount?
Contract.
What was the award amount? What was your profit?
The award amount was $21,600.
Okay.
So I just doubled it. So
you doubled the price.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is too, like, so on the SDV OSB stuff, the limitations on subcontracting are important
for the pricing. So, absolutely.
100%. Yeah. So then this is called a specialty trade contractor thing. Mm-hmm. So then no more than 75% of the award amount was allowed to go to the non-SDV OSB subcontractor.
Correct.
So if I got like a $10,000 quote, then the minimum that I could have bid was I don't know. It's not 15,000. I'm not doing the math right exactly, but you get what I'm saying, right?
I know what you're saying. You got to get a lot higher because
exactly.
They can't.
Exactly. You got to divide by 0.75 or whatever. But,
yeah. Wait, don't click away. Oh wait, you can't click away. It's me. Hey, yo, listen, it's Dr. West. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the content that we got coming at you right now. By the way, if you're serious and you're interested, like Wesley, I like what you're doing. I love watching all these Winner Circle videos. I love watching all this content that you're putting out there. If you're serious, guess what? Every so often, I do a free hour training. And it's live, by the way. It's not pre-recorded. It's live. So if you want to check out that training, all you got to do is go to middleman101.com. Hopefully it's right here on the screen, right? middleman101.com. So guys, check that out. Come out to our free training. And then hopefully from there, you make a decision to work with us. It's not, no big deal. Go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. All right, so let's get back to the content. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. Yeah.
I just was like, all right, double or triple. So I just doubled it and I won. And so
that's awesome. 21,000, man. Let's go.
Yeah. So it was 10,800 gross profit, right? For my company. So it's great. And since then I've submitted like 23 additional. So I've submitted 28 since the end of February. You know?
Okay,
And
so it's the end of February. Okay.
Yeah. And then I want to get one thing I want to show you.
What you got?
So
this is exciting. This is
we
awesome.
got we liked what you put right here. So like this little like bingo card thing. I don't know.
The tracker. Yeah,
exactly. So I just set up the same thing, and I was just like, all right, you know what? So because we're in New York, I was like, kids, when we finish, get to 30, we're gonna go Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
So it's cool. So I'm like two since then. So
so you ready to
away.
Statue of Liberty trip? You already did that at 30?
No. I mean, like I'm at 28. So when I get to 30,
two more.
We'll book a trip, right?
Perfect.
So yeah. So it was great. And
and they love it. I'm sure that your kids love it. Their kids are like, Dad, there's this great government contracting thing. I don't know what it is, but we get to go to Statue of Liberty. Like, cool.
Exactly. It was just it was a great. I mean, that was one of the most valuable things that I learned from the class. It's just like, all right, you just have that goal and you just keep throwing the darts and stuff too. Yeah. And it's really good because like if you get a string of L's, like you got to have something going for you other than just like whatever your win was a month ago or something. You have to have something to keep going to, because I've done a lot of like SDVOSB bids, and then with the limitation on subcontracting, it's been a great way to discover companies that do this nationwide, like as SDVOSBs. And you're like, oh wow, like all right, so now I'm like shifting back into the total small business world or what? Because that's one thing. Like, and you said it yourself in class, like the set asides don't win you contracts.
I was just about to say, I say it all the time. People hit me up all the time. Wesley, I'm a veteran. I'm a woman. I'm a minority. Is that good for me? I'm like, it's not bad, but it's also it doesn't mean like you're gonna just like walk into government contracting and pour all that money onto you. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, exactly. Because like I've had bids where like especially on the this is one thing that I learned, and I heard about it from the debrief contracting officer, or the debrief with the contracting officer. Like I got a bid and it was like, all right, a double or triple it, or if there's any uncertainty, you put in a triple, because you're like, there's no way I can't, I can lose money or whatever. Yeah. So then I put the bid in, and then the response from the contracting officer a couple weeks later is, oh, now this is open to all total small business because we didn't get a reasonable bid.
They didn't get enough competition. Yeah,
exactly. So like they didn't want to do that thing. So I'm like, all right, thank you so much, Gary. We see that in the chat. Thank you for service. It's kind of you. So yeah, I think it's good. Like if you do have to set aside, like try to use it, go ahead, but be careful with the limitations on subcontracting, because like you'll find out who the people are. Like I found this one like boiler inspection dude, and he does like everything, like
the whole nation.
Yeah, like he just flies out, and he'll like subcontract out like the emergency service, but he'll do the tune-ups and stuff. And so you can't, as a middleman, like you can't really compete with that, because if you have to take whatever your subs price is and double it, it's like, all right, well, that's it. But if you find like those kind of niche-y things in the total small business world, chances are it'd be hard to find somebody local who's like really in that business or what. So but I think our strategy now is like earlier. What's that?
I would say you end up like what Chris talked about earlier, about how his sub is a big business, but he's a total small business, and that sub couldn't bid on it, and that's how that works. That's just how that happens.
Exactly. So we're just gonna like you alternate, like, do some total small business, do some SDV stuff, go back and forth, and just kind of see what works out. And the goal is to get some like semi-passive, income. It's not passive income, right? But like get some stuff that's like set up so that we can go back to the like acquire a business thing, full time.
Exactly.
So
but it's just wins. Yeah.
What's that?
I was gonna say, get a few more wins under your belt, get the capital, because that's the beautiful thing. Once you get these 5-year service contracts, and you got like a little residual money coming every not residual, but you got money coming in every single month. Like that's the way it goes, man.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful business. Thanks for the invitation here. It's cool to go back and recap and share it. Like it can be done. It's possible, right? It's real. It's good. It's not a scam or anything like that. It's a good
tell the people. Tell them, man. Tell the people.
Well, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing, because it's like if you're tight, like it's like you don't have to just come up with like $100,000 for a down payment on some Airbnb thing or whatever. And it's like you don't have to do that. You can just get some net 30 action and work through that. So so it's a good approach.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm as a recap for people, like sam.gov is free.
Yeah.
You know, EIN numbers are free. You know,
Yeah.
LLC is, you know, however much it costs in your state, $100, $200.
Sure.
So you're looking at a total investment to start a 6 and 7 figure government contracting business.
Yeah.
$200, $300. Like that's
Yeah.
your total investment.
Yeah, and it's the same investment you would have to make for any other kind of business.
And that's for any business, right? So,
Yeah.
almost, so that's a wash, right? So that
Yeah,
means
exactly.
like in a way, government contract. That's why I get so passionate about teaching it, because like
Yeah.
nothing wrong with the other gurus. I got friends that do Amazon. I got friends
Sure.
that do Airbnb and Toro, but it's like
Sure.
in Toro, you got to go, you know, lease a Tesla. You got to go lease a car.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Yeah,
You got
absolutely.
to go buy these different
Absolutely.
things. You got to go put money
Yeah.
up. You got to go actually pay for these things.
Exactly.
Not over here in government contracting. So
Exactly.
beautiful
Exactly.
thing.
So it's good.
Wait, don't click away. Oh, wait, you can't click away. It's me. Hey, yo, listen, it's Dr. West. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the content that we got coming at you right now. By the way, if you're serious and you're interested, like Wesley, I like what you're doing. I love watching all these Winner Circle videos. I love watching all this content that you're putting out there. If you're serious, guess what? Every so often, I do a free hour training. And it's live, by the way. It's not pre-recorded. It's live. So if you want to check out that training, all you got to do is go to middleman101.com. Hopefully it's right here on the screen, right? Middleman101.com. So guys, check that out. Come out to our free training. And then hopefully from there, you make a decision to work with us. It's not no big deal. Go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. Peace.